is ready for an Amazon haul? I'm having this thing on my desk changed my flipping life, honestly. How am I ever going to get all of this done in time? But first, there's something very important and controversial I need to talk to you about. Hi guys, Ree here from mummyoffour.com. Welcome back to the channel. And do you know what? I think this is the first chatty vlog I've done of 2024 where we're just at home doing kind of things, just getting things done. I've got a bunch of Amazon parcels I need to open. I've got a lot of bits I need to organise for the trip, but also I've got some things to do to look after future me for when I get home from that trip. So I'm going to share all of that with you today, and we're just going to generally have a good old catch up. So how is January treating you so far? Let me know down in the comments. I hope that's going well for you. It is blinking freezing here, hence the polar neck and the thermal top underneath. I'm so cold. Anyway, as I said, today I'm finishing filming a packing video for my Disney channel. So this video is not all going to be packing, but I do have to kind of pull together and organize some things. And I'm going to share with you some things I find quite helpful that are not Disney specific, but things that are helpful when going anywhere overnight with children, really. Because yes, we are going to Walt Disney World very, very soon. At the time of filming, we're leaving in 5 days. And I'm not ready yet. I've still got, let me see, 3 videos to film and edit and do all of. Although one of them is the pack with me video, so I guess I've already filmed half of that. So 3 videos that I haven't finished filming, one of which I haven't even started. So they've all got to be edited. And I've got, is it 5 or 6 videos I've got to do all the post-upload work for? So like thumbnails and the blog post and all the SEO, the boring stuff that you don't really care about, but if I didn't do it, YouTube would probably never show you my videos. So I've got all that to do as well. I'm feeling equal measures, excited and anxious. I always feel like this before a trip because I just look at my list and think, how am I ever going to get all of this done in time? And I always manage it somehow, so I guess that again. And I know I'll get questions about the schools and how it's working with some of the days falling during term time. And I answered this question in our Florida trip announcement, which you can find over on my Disney channel. Anyway, we've got packing stuff to do, but some of the stuff I need to pack is some stuff that I ordered from Amazon. So shall we go and see what it is that Amazon has delivered? And please tell me I'm not the only one that when Amazon delivers parcels you think, oh good grief, I wonder what I ordered. I mean, I must have literally ordered it yesterday, like literally yesterday, because it's next day delivery, and still I'm opening it like a kid at Christmas going, oh, I wonder what's in here. So who is ready for an Amazon haul? I can guess what some of this is. I can't remember all of it. We're going to pretend, by the way, that the rest of my office is not a total mess. Because look. Oh no. All that stuff is there in baskets, ready to be packed. So it is organised chaos, but it's still like, ugh, it's just, we'll turn it into actual organised, hopefully by the end of today. Wouldn't it be nice if all that was lovely and clear? First job, find my slice tool to open the boxes. And this, look, how easy. It's ceramic, so it's much harder to cut yourself. I'm sure you could do some damage if you really tried, but it's not as bad as if you're using scissors or knives or something to open a box. Much safer for kiddies to have around the place. Okay, what we got in here? I literally don't know what this is. Okay. So the first thing I've got is a new thermometer. Our thermometer is flipping ancient, and it has had a hammering through November and December. I felt like I used the thermometer more than I used my phone. So I'm hoping that we're leaving all the germs in 2023, and 2024 is going to be the year of health. I would love for this thermometer to be barely used at all. I'd love it if we didn't even have to take it out the box. Anyway, I will take it out the box just so that you can see it. But I thought what I'd do is put our old thermometer, it can just live in the suitcase because, touch wood, I don't want the children to be ill when I'm away, obviously, but when they have been ill when we've been away, I feel like monitoring their temperature, especially my children, especially since Zara had a febrile convulsion and seizure less than a year ago, which was temperature related. I do obviously have to pay pretty close attention to her temperature if she's under the weather at all. Okay, so this little thermometer is quite different from the other one. The other one, you've got to tell it that the children are over 3 every time I turn it on, which always bugs me because all of my children are now over 3. It has also come with a set of the ear covered piece thingies. So that's a new thermometer. I will then pack the old one, which can then live in the case. So we'll now have one thermometer to live in the case, one to just live in the house, and I don't need to worry about packing that last minute. I realised years and years and years ago that it's just so much easier to have some things that live in cases. So I have a selection of chargers that just live in the case. They just live there and I don't have to run around looking for them last minute. So before trips, previously I used to run around on the last day getting all our toothbrushes, finding all the chargers from around the house, and it was actually quite stressful. So it's just something else you've got to do, and you've got enough on your list, on your mental load as a mum, haven't you? Got to remember all the things for all the children, and especially when you've got children with additional needs and you know their day is likely to be quite ruined if you forget something. It just feels like quite a lot of pressure. Anyway, next. Right, okay, so this is a new dancing cardigan for the girls, and I've had these before and they're lovely. They're so much easier. So traditionally for dancing, you'd have the crossover cardigans, wouldn't you? Shout it below if you're a dancing girlie and you had the crossover cardigan that had a hole that side, you had to string a straight hole through there and then a hole through the other side and then tie it at the back. Well, when you've got small children and they're tied into these cardigans and then they need a wee, bear in mind they've got to take off the cardigan and then down the leotard to go to the toilet. That can be quite challenging. So I found these and they're lovely. Now, obviously, some dancing schools are really particular about uniform, but I've run this by the girls' dancing teacher and they've worn them and they've been fine. But it's like a crossover cardie, but it's just over the head. Can you see? It's like tied like that. So it would be good for dancing, gym, any kind of thing like that for warm-ups. And Bella had one before, and I believe I ordered one for Bella, one for Zara, so I think this must be Bella's. I ordered the 9 to 10 for her because she had a 7 to 8 previously, and I think Zara had a 5 to 6, so she's got a 6 to 7, so that should be in this stuff somewhere. Next box. Okay, so this is the other one, so I'm guessing this, maybe this one's Bella's then. Oh no, that one's definitely Bella's and this one's Zara's. That might drown Zara actually. Oh dear, that might be a bit big for her. Okay, this one's Bella's, which kind of looks like it might fit me, so I guess that will fit her. Might be a bit big for her. She's got quite long arms and legs, Bella, so I guess that'll be fine. I'll have to try those on the girls later. They have dance tomorrow. Then before I trip, I ordered the girls some new bathers. William has bathers ordered packed. They fit fine. So I got these for the girls. Now they had this in a bluey colour as well, which I loved, but I remember seeing a graphic years ago. I'll put it on screen if I can find it. I can't even remember who made it to credit them, but it was just it really made me think. And it was about different coloured bathers at the bottom of a pool and how easy they are to see. So if you've got a blue bather in obviously a reasonably blue swimming pool, it's hard to see the child drowning on the bottom of the pool, and a lifeguard's less likely to see them. So I know this one has got a little bit of blue on it, but the brighter colours or the more contrasting colours to blue were easier to see by lifeguards. Before seeing that, the girls had like really pretty blue Cinderella swimming costumes and things, and since then I've just had that at the back of my mind when purchasing swimwear for holidays or even swimming classes, I guess. Just worth keeping in mind if you're picking colours. And then I got a lot of tissues. I only actually needed one pack of these tissues, but I think you had to buy them in 3s, and quite frankly we go through them like mad. This is just for days out, not just holidays, but days out or anything. The children always have a pack of tissues each in their bags. I've always got one in my bag. Apparently, I didn't realise this until I was an adult. My sister told me this. She said, "Ree, do you realise some people don't have tissues in their houses?" I was like, sorry, what? So what happens when their noses run? She said, "Ree, some people's noses don't run all year." I was like, wait, hold the phone. I've always got a runny nose. I don't know why. It's like, and I'm not talking about even when I'm ill. I'm talking about all the time. Like if I go from hot to cold, cold for hot, my nose runs all the time. So we're just a family. My children are the same. We always have to have a tissue. And I can't stand snotty noses. As soon as the children have ever had snot and things have always been wiped. So they don't like the feel of snot. So they like to have a tissue to wipe things up, whether they're ill or not. So we always have tissues with us. They're also obviously good for like wiping up and stuff. But let me know in the comments. Do you always have tissues in your house? Do you always have to have tissues nearby? Or are you one of those blessed people that nose doesn't run? What would that be like? And then what's in this one? I can't even remember. Okay, so in here we have got the same make again. These are the Amazon's own ones. Handy wipes, which are biodegradable. Wet wipes, which are just good for wiping hands and faces after dinners and stuff. And I know my children are far too old to need like wet wipes, really, but they don't like having messy hands. So I always pack wet wipes, and then if someone spills something on their clothes and there's muck or whatever, they don't get upset, we can just wipe it off. So for day out bags, travel bags, whatever, they will have a pack of wet wipes each and a pack of tissues each. As an aside, pandas always make me think of my younger sister, who to this day is still obsessed with pandas. So shout out, Em. They've got lots of panda stuff on Amazon, okay? Once those parcels opened, I now need to stop dithering and deal with some of this mess. So in order to deal with this mess, I'm going to have to do what I don't really fancy doing, which is pulling out all of the packing. Now, if you want to see the full come back with me video, we're not going to go too much into packing in today's vlog, but the full come back with me video is going to be over on my Mummy of Four Does Disney channel. So I'll link all that below if you want to watch it. But long story short, up until this point, I've packed quite a lot of stuff. I've packed most of the stuff that we need for the trip. I have been using my own product, hashtag ad, hashtag own product, hashtag I made this, magical trip planner with all the notes and stuff. I've had so many requests for, Ree, can we just have a normal holiday planner, because we're not going to Disney, but I still want to buy a holiday planner. 100% yes. When I get back from this trip, that's on my to-do list to work on, just a planning your holiday with family, all the stuff you need for kids, all the things, planner. So that it's on my list. It's on my radar. But it's definitely going to be an after the trip, not before the trip thing, because I'm running out of time. Okay, I think I'm going to have to take off this polo neck, because as much as I complained it was cold, I think it's cold outside. It's not that cold in here, so I'm going to lose the polo neck. Get rid of the cardboard. Empty out the cases in the lounge. So I've got 2 videos to finish. I've got to do the checking of all the packing, but then I'm doing a separate video, something sliding, a separate video about what I'm putting in the children's bags for the plane, because it's a 10-hour flight. And also in that video, I'll be talking about what will be in the children's bags for going into the Disney parks. I always get asked, like, what are the children carrying in those bags? Well, in that video I'm going to film later today, I'm going to let everyone know.
I've been trying my best for a while, trying to please everyone who's around me. I've been putting on a fake smile, even though I'm wasting time.
Still knee deep in packing, and I'm going through everything on my checklist. But while I'm doing that, I'm listening to a podcast. I've always just got, out of habit actually, just one AirPod in whenever I'm doing anything. That way if I'm walking, I can still hear what's around me. I'm not going to go, run over. And if the children are home, which they're not at the moment, they're in school, I can hear them. But the podcast I'm listening to is called Girls Next Level. Does anyone remember from about a million years ago? I mean, clearly not a million years ago, because they don't even look that old, but feels like a million years ago. It was called Girls Next Door, and it was about the girlfriends at the Playboy Mansion. It's those girls, and the podcast is so good. It is so good. Anyway, that's my mindless, gonna keep me company while I plod through all this.
I don't want to be trapped in a box, trying to be like the rest when I'm not. I just want to go.
I've been at this sorting for what feels like hours now. I don't think it's been hours. I'm not sure how long it's been, but it feels like a really long time, and I think I'm just about there. But I'm starving, so I'm gonna have some lunch and then film the final part of this video, which is the main packing, and then I'm gonna film after lunch the what's in all of the carry-on kind of stuff. And for lunch, these are not sponsored in any way, I just really like them. I'm having one of these Slimming World meals. I'm not like doing Slimming World or on any form of diet. I just love these because they're really convenient and they're crammed full of veggies and stuff. So on days I'm working from home, they don't take long to prepare. I feel like I'm having some form of goodness. And when it's really cold, it's nice to have something warm at lunchtime.
Gonna let the past burn down, cause honestly don't wanna be stuck in boring conversations with you. I'm gonna leave it all behind, find myself, I'm gonna start over new. Yeah, I'm on my way now.
There is still a big mess about the place, but I have managed to finish filming the pack with me and actually finish packing. I mean, I say finish packing. There are some things that have to be done very last minute. For example, my hair straighteners. I can never pack those till the very last minute. My laptop, I'm using that. My camera, I mean, I'm physically using it now. And I also like to charge camera batteries very last minute. I've got the children's switches at the moment, but I feel like they're going to want those back before we go to have a little play with. So devices, I feel like are a very last minute thing. Cameras and devices, phones, obviously. I can't pack those till last minute, unfortunately. I just can't do it. But other than that, I think we're doing pretty well. So now I've got to clear up all of these cases, and then I can film my next video, which is all about hand luggage for trips with kids.
I'm on my way now. I'm on my way now. I'm on my way now. I'll be going away for a while. Oh, and I don't know.
Oh, something else I found that I need to add to the children's hand luggage. These notebooks from Primark. They're so cute. Look, they're just the little perfect size for taking on a trip, just for them to scribble in. So the children always, pretty much always have one of these in their bags. And then I like them to take one of these multi-clicky pens because it's got all the colours. Didn't you just love one of these when you were a kid? All of the colours to draw in your books while you're on travels and things. It's the same stuff that we packed when we're going on the train to London, or we do any car journeys or plane journeys or anything. The sun has come out, which is lovely, but it's so bright in my living room. I've had to close the curtains because you can't, look, this is why you can't film in direct sun. Look. Just doesn't work at all. So I've closed the curtains. It's pretty blinking dark. Can you stick this light on maybe? Bit better, a bit better. I don't know if that'll have to do. Anyway, I've laid out all the stuff on the floor to show what I'm packing for the children to physically carry on the plane and to take around the park. I'm just not quite sure where to sit and film this now. I guess I'll just sit here. I'll plonk the camera on this buffet here and just sit on the floor. Yeah, that'll do. Okay, that'll do for that. And of course, this is where the things I bought in earlier come in, because I need to add a pack of wet wipes and a pack of tissues to everybody's bags. Then I can film this video, and then that's another one filmed. So glad I finished packing. Get this done. Finished talking to you lovely people. I've got a few more things I wanted to share with you guys, and then it's just like trying to edit like mad and make sure I've done all the things last minute ready to go. I just feel like I'm forgetting something, you know? Just always feel like I'm forgetting something.
Be a rock star, playing songs on my guitar. I know I have to be somewhere else to be able to find myself. Shouldn't be so complicated if I listen to my heart.
Okay, time to clear up the mess and get on with some other bits I have to do on the computer because time is a-ticking. I do not know where today has gone. It's nearly time to go and get the children. Okay, back at my desk now. Before I get on with a bit of stuff on the computer, I want to have a chat about a few things, some stuff that's coming up over the next couple of months, what you can expect from me, what's going on, the podcast, all the things, some things I'm doing to take care of future me. But first, there's something very important and controversial I need to talk to you about, and that is Quality Street. Now, I'm fully aware that Christmas is gone, but we're still flooded with these things. My family, and I've discussed this on Instagram, but I just felt I needed to set the record straight on here. First of all, I am unbothered by this. I don't care at all, but my children, and more to the point my husband, are very, very upset by this. So these are both strawberry ones, okay? Now, people on Instagram are like, no, Ree, that's a fudge. It's a flipping strawberry, okay? I'm telling you, that's a strawberry. In fact, we're going to demonstrate now for the purpose of science. This, like, long, thin one is the strawberry one, okay? I know because I love the strawberry ones and a few people gifted me bags of strawberry only ones. Okay, it's strawberry. It doesn't taste exactly like the circle one, okay? We're going to try the circle one as well, just for science. So the circle one is softer, okay? This is the circle one. I don't know if you can, that's just like a softer goo. So why, I'm just confused as to what the logic is behind this. Why would you make two of the same flavour? Just to clarify again, this is not fudge, that's strawberry. It's not exactly the same. Why would they make different consistency of the same sweet Was there a mess up on the production line? Did someone get fired over this? I can't understand why someone in the factory is just like, okay, strawberry ones, let's make them a different shape and slightly different texture and see if anyone notices. Where would be the logic in it? Where's the business sense? So my family are outraged. The long thin ones don't taste as good as the strawberry ones. I gotta be honest, I like them both. So just to clarify again, just for the cheap seats at the back, if you look, strawberry, but harder. Is it like how cream eggs are all different consistencies sometimes? Sometimes you bite in a cream egg and it's like super gloopy, and sometimes it's really hard. Incidentally, has anyone had a cream egg yet? I've had one so far, which, you know, it's pretty good going for me. I normally would have had a lot more than that, perhaps. I quite like cream eggs, but we are still surrounded by quite a lot of Christmas chocolate. Okay, enough science. I just want to talk to you about some ways that, as an adult, sometimes we've got to parent ourselves, okay? Sometimes we've got to parent ourselves, and we've got to think of ways to look after future us. So I'm thinking about me having gotten back from a long haul flight. I will have had one of the girls either side of me. Will and my husband is sitting. There's like a two. We're going on Virgin. So there's a 2-seater down the side. There's no 3 seats at the side. So we have to sit in the middle with the girls because the girls both want to sit by mummy. So we will have travelled overnight. We're going to be getting back. It's going to be like deliriously tired. What am I going to want for past me to have done to take care of future me? So I'm thinking, leave the house clean, tidy, clean sheets. I want it to be clean and tidy anyway because there's someone coming to look out after the house for us, so I don't want to leave it in a mess. So clean and tidy. But something else I'm doing to look after future me is booking a grocery delivery. So I am booking a delivery for, let me see, so we're due to get back. We're probably going to be back in like the mid-afternoon. So if we were delayed, we went back to the night. So I'll book it for early the following morning to have all like fresh fruit, fresh vegetables, just all the fresh produce delivered. Because I always really want to eat really clean when I go back from holiday. I think go on holiday, and it's not even a weight thing. It's like quite often I can remember stopping in the services and eating greasy food in the services on the way back from trips so many times and just thinking, oh, I just want salad. Now, I probably won't feel exactly like that because we will have eaten quite well, because the second part of our trip we're going on the Disney Wish, and the food on the Disney Cruise Line is outstanding. But I don't know about you, maybe it's just me, sound off in the comments. I always kind of want to eat kind of like fresh, clean stuff when I get back from trips. Don't know why, I just do. So I'm going to be booking, I want to make sure the house is clean, tidy, booking that grocery delivery. And the other thing I'm trying to do, which is why I've got quite so much work to do, I'm looking at the clipboards up on my wall. I have one of these clipboards per like video that needs to go out, and on it's like all the stuff that I need to do for it. And if I do brand work, and I clip the brand work onto it as well. So I'm trying to get all of the videos for the entire time we're away, plus that week after we get back, finished. So I get back and I can kind of get back into working at a pace that suits me, rather than getting back and be like, something that has to be out tonight, and I haven't done it. So that's why I feel like I've set myself quite big goals of what I want to get completed before we leave, because I do have, well, actually when I finish talking to you guys, that's all the filming I've got to get done, finished. But I've got 3 videos to edit, so editing takes me quite a long time. 3 videos to edit, and then all the post upload on those 3 videos, plus another 5 or 6 of the blog post and everything. But that will take me up to a week after we get back. So what you can expect from me for the month of January, and then for the month of February, because it's going to be quite different. For the month of January, you will notice a few differences. Normally you get 2 videos here on my main channel every week, and then 1 video on my Disney channel. So normally Tuesday and Thursday at 5 p.m. our main channel videos, which are like vlogs and shop with me's and hauls and all that kind of homey stuff. And then on Sundays we get either Disney vlogs or Disney tips, all that kind of stuff about planning trips at Sundays at 8 a.m. So the Sundays at 8 a.m. is staying, but also one of the main channel slots, either the Tuesday or the Thursday, I think it's mostly the Thursdays, during the month of January, are going to be Disney videos. Sorry if you're not here for Disney, but that's just because I've got quite a lot of videos that have been requested, videos about how to use a disability system in Disney, videos about packing things, videos that I have to get out before I can start putting out these vlogs. So that's why during the month of January, there are fewer main channel videos and more Disney videos. So it's 2 Disney and 1 main channel just for the month of January. And then also the podcast is on hiatus. So if you didn't know I've got a podcast. It's very raw and unedited. It's very chatty. I've loved your comments about the podcast. They've absolutely meant the world to me. But I've put it on hiatus just for the month of January because I'm not going to be able to get all that finished, plus all the other stuff I'm supposed to be getting finished. So thank you for your support on that. You can go and catch up on the podcast so far. I'll put all the details below, but I would love it if you would subscribe with bell notifications onto that channel as well. It's very different to the stuff, well, it's very like the chat we're having now. I guess that bit's very similar, but it's just sitting down and chatting. So it's kind of put it on YouTube and like walk around and listen to it. You don't have to watch it. It's not visual at all. Or just listen to it on your podcast provider in your ear holes. The podcast is on hiatus, but that's coming back in February. So February, what's coming back in February? We're going back to 1 Disney video a week and 2 main channel videos and the podcast. And I'm really feeling like I just want to get on with so much decluttering. I'm getting this urge. It's kind of what I want to do for spring. I want to be decluttering. I want to be sorting. We have been here, do you realise, guys, it's 2024 now. We moved here to this house in April 2020. So I keep calling this our new house. We moved in April 2020. We will have been here 4 years. It's January now. This April, 4 years. It's blowing my tiny little mind. So my goal is, in fact, let's just set this goal right here now together. I want to get the house decluttered by the 4-year anniversary. Now, it doesn't look on the surface of it too bad, but if you look within the boxes, a lot of it's not good. It is not good at all. We did a massive declutter of the playroom cupboard, and I had those seasonal boxes, and honestly that changed the game. That absolutely changed the game at Christmas because I had space to put things. I've got those seasonal boxes now empty, other than all of the stuff for William's birthday end of January and Zara's birthday beginning of February. So February will also be those vlogs, and also their birthday interviews. If you've got any I knew I was supposed to ask you guys something else. I probably would have asked on Instagram, or I've probably put a community post somewhere. But also, if you have any questions for William or Zara for their birthday interviews that I ask them every year, I will ask the same questions I ask them every year, but if you've got any specific ones, then I will be asking them those questions on their birthday. William's going to be 12, Zara's going to be 7. How did that even happen? So that's all coming too. What else do I want to talk about? Oh yes, I've got another new planner. I launched my Organise Life planner last year, and I was very much like, well, I use the digital one, but I'll make a printed one for you guys because you've asked for it, but I won't use it. And having this thing on my desk changed my flipping life, honestly. But the only thing I wanted from it was more space. So this is 1 page a day. I wanted to be able to fit my gratitude and my brain dump into it as well. So I brought out the Organised Life and Gratitude Planner. So it's got a page, very similar to the other page, but they're in half-hour increments. Still got the to-do and the meal plan, but it's also got the things I'm grateful for. So that makes me do it every day because it's there. And I feel like if I've left it blank, I'm failing somehow. That's ridiculous. That's not the way you're supposed to view gratitude, but it makes me do it. And then by doing the gratitude, it makes me feel better. So even if you're feeling a bit meh or down, you know, you can just find small things to be grateful for, and it really does pick up your mood. And then the notes bit, I just put my brain dump all in one place, because sometimes otherwise, as I'm working, I come up like, oh, I've got a really good idea for a thing, a product, a video, whatever. And then if I haven't got a set place to put that brilliant idea, it flitters away from my brain and I can't remember it. So the Organised Life and Gratitude Planner is there for you if you so wish. I have got a little discount code for you guys for being part of my YouTube family, so you can use that. I also time to time send out additional higher level discount codes to my email club. So if you are in my email club, make sure that I'm whitelisted. That means just make sure I'm not going to spam. Make sure you drag my email into the inbox. You check your spam folder, make sure it's in the inbox so that you do not miss any of those emails, updates from me with content coming out. And also I do send out discounts for the Planner Store, and I do a little bit behind the scenes, bit of hints of what's coming up and stuff. And of course, if you want loads and loads of behind the scenes, my Patreon, come and join me on my Patreon. So I did do a whole video actually, and if you click through to the Patreon, it does explain it a lot better. I'm just going to do it now. But basically, it's kind of, Patreon's a way to support channels or creators of any description really that you enjoy, and then you get extra perks in return. So for my Patreon, you get like behind the scenes, but you get to watch all the videos early release. As soon as the videos are edited, my main channel videos, my other videos on my Disney channel, depends whichever ones you're after really, you can choose in Patreon, then you can see those on early release. So you don't have to wait for them to come out, which I think most people enjoy that for my Disney videos when they're watching them like a series, more like a Netflix series, and they want to see what happens next. You can check out all of that. There is now an option to join Patreon for free as well, so you can kind of get a little taste of what's going on in there. So check that out and see if it's something that you would be interested in. And really, what I want to know from you guys is, other than the decluttering and the organising and the shop with me's and all the standard stuff, what else do you want to see from me in 2024? I would like to be a lot more intentional, and I've got this real desire to do this massive declutter. We did Bella's bedroom at the end of 2023, and I was planning to just kind of do the room and not do a declutter. I spent a day decluttering it. Honestly, it felt so good. She's keeping that room so beautifully tidy now. It's so easy to keep tidy because it's been organised and decluttered. I really need to do the same for William's room and for Zara's room, and kind of shift those rooms about a bit. So all of that is coming your way. I'm going to share it all with you. So thanks so much for listening to my little ramble. Don't forget to like, subscribe, do those YouTubey things. If you want to follow along with our Florida adventures, check out my Disney channel, check out my Patreon for early release content, and I shall see you guys in the next one. Mwah. Bye.